to 3.12 Chancellor's reports. I will hand it to you, Chancellor Jackson.
Good afternoon, board president, board officers, colleagues and staff. Tonight, I'd like to do something just a little bit different. We have one of our presidents who is on vacation, Dr. Barami, and we have Dr. Mildred Lewis, who is here in her place. So Mildred, you get the benefit of listening to all the other reports first. So we're going to start with Dr. Johnson at Merritt College. No, I'm not going to flip it around. And then we'll go to Laney College. And then the BCC, our interim president, Denise Richardson, Dr. Denise Richardson, and then Dr. Mildred Lewis will be last at College of Alameda. So Dr. Johnson, you first.
Okay, all this pressure. Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, President Delphine Polk, trustees, colleagues, and community. Tonight, I'm gonna keep it to a brief update and a word of congratulations. The update is, as we come to the end of the summer session, just looking at our enrollment, and pleased to report that a 10.5% increase over the enrollment for last summer. So that's an encouraging sign, as well as the fact that we actually exceeded our FTS target, which was set at 358.4. And we actually reached 102% of our enrollment target. So that's very encouraging as well. Hoping to build upon the momentum that we've had the last couple of falls. In fall 2021, we were 81.8% of the enrollment target. Last fall, we were 84.1. So it's moving in the right direction. And we expect to do even better for fall 2023. But the word of congratulations, special to me because I've known this guy since we were in high school, a son of Oakland. So I want to close with a note of congratulations to Mr. Damon Covington, who works as a faculty member in our fire sciences department. And I'm proud to share that he was just last month appointed the interim fire chief of Oakland, California. So that's it's very big. He joined the fire department back in 2001, and he served as the president of the Oakland Black Firefighters Association from 16 to 22. And you may recall, this is like the second big appointment from Merritt. Miss Felicia Wanzo Bryant, who was another faculty member in our fire science department, just last summer was sworn in as the first woman to serve as a fire marshal for the city of Oakland. So big things at Merritt, and I'll close there.
Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, President Delphine Polk, members of the governing board, colleagues in education, and of course, our valued students and community members. Saturdays always seem to be bringing big events to Laney. And as we gear up to welcome the community to our one-stop Saturday enrollment events that are soon approaching on August 12th and 19th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the many colleagues at Laney College who have been working through the summer intensively to really make sure that our preparations are solid and that the event comes off as the great success that it usually does, and certainly excited about that. Also, on the theme of Saturdays, this past Saturday, I was pleased to provide welcome remarks for one of our summer bridge programs, the API's Mobilized Leadership Cohort that was held over the past 5 Saturdays in our very own Laney College Bistro. It was great to congratulate these future college students and community leaders of tomorrow. And I certainly want to appreciate the many Laney College APAS and other areas of college staff members who contributed to the event, and then also the many Laney colleagues who took their Saturday to come and attend the closing ceremony that took place this past Saturday. I also want to appreciate Dr. Annie Lamb, the coordinator of the program, as well as OUSD school board member Amy Eng. And just that was kind of the tip of the iceberg, as each week just featured an exhaustive list of speakers that spoke to leadership and excellence and really prepared those who were in attendance with this cohort. And also really want to appreciate our custodial team, as well as those in food services, who really brought an extra touch of welcome to the event. And in addition to appreciating Dr. David Lee, I also want to especially highlight Dr. Becky Upsada, who our Vice President of Instruction, who along with me took time to attend on Saturday. And it was something that was great. As we've gone through this past year and looked at our increase in our enrollment numbers, one question that also comes up is the success of our students and questions around retention, persistence, and success. And one of the things that I'm very pleased to announce is that just working with our leadership, our Laney College Fall Flex Day is going to focus on those very things. We're going to highlight our tutoring services. We're going to highlight our counseling resources. And with the steps we've taken to really bring guided pathways from an initiative to a real part of our college, to talk about our newly formed student success teams for our students and a number of those things, because we really want to see our students through to completion of their programs. And that's really going to be a priority for this year as we move forward. And with that, I'll conclude my report this evening.
Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, Board President Diana Delphine Polk, trustees, colleagues, students, and members of the community. This evening, it is my pleasure to share a bit about what's happening at Berkeley City College. Last Tuesday, we had the pleasure of Councilman Rigel Robinson of Berkeley's 7th District visiting our campus. Councilman Robinson shares BCC's mission to address pressing social and environmental issues within the Berkeley community. So we discussed possible partnership opportunities and look forward to continuing the conversation in the upcoming school year. This past Thursday through Sunday, I attended the Community College League of California CEO Leadership Academy. Some of the most inspiring leaders in community college education were featured, and Dr. Helen Benjamin and Dr. Frank Chong did a brilliant job co-facilitating a session just for new CEOs. So as you can imagine, I really enjoyed that. We also got the opportunity to meet and hear from Dr. Sonia Christian, our new Chancellor of California Community Colleges, and we got to learn about Vision 2030, which builds upon the Vision for Success. One of the best parts of the conference was bonding with colleagues from across the state, sharing ideas for navigating this very pivotal period in education, and collaborating on strategies for moving this work forward. The League's president and CEO, Dr. Gary Galizio, and his team did an amazing job bringing together some of the most insightful thought leaders in education. Our July enrollment workshops, led by Gail Pendleton and Angelica Pena, have been a huge success, so much so that we're extending them an additional 2 weeks during the month of August just to meet student demand. They were also featured earlier today during an interview with Chris Shumara, a reporter from NBC's KNTV. He came to BCC to get details about our Fall is Free program and was able to observe firsthand what we are doing to make the enrollment process seamless for our students. Lastly, I'd like to highlight one of my favorite events at BCC so far. As noted in the board report, on July 13th, our NOVA and RISE team hosted almost 40 rising ninth graders from the Berkeley Unified School District. NOVA is one of our dual enrollment pathways that is co-taught by Skylar Barton and Dre Regalado. Each student shared posters that highlighted their past, present, and future goals. And it was really a treat to talk to them about their stories. I was particularly struck by how clear they were about the academic and career direction they intend to take. And many of them mentioned Berkeley City College as a planned part of their educational journey. So the program was clearly a success. Thank you. This concludes my report for Berkeley City College.
Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, Board President Delphine Polk, trustees, and community members. I'm happy to present on behalf of Dr. Bajrami. I will highlight campus events and items not covered in the board report you received. College of Alameda will host a free enrollment festival tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on campus with an eye on increasing enrollment for fall 2023. We will provide class enrollment and student IDs, counseling with student education plans, financial aid support, guided pathways to distinguished programs, and food trucks and a DJ. We are also conducting a call campaign to increase enrollment by connecting students to our free enrollment festival and financial aid. This upcoming weekend, the city of Alameda is having a local fair. College of Alameda will have an outreach booth to promote the college and our programs. And finally, College of Alameda would like to thank DGS for the 90-day cleaning project to prepare the campus for fall 2023. Thank you. This concludes College of Alameda's report.
Thank you, presidents. You're doing a great job, and future presidents too. I do want to address the Brown Act that was brought up during public comment, not to comment on it, but to say that a presentation was provided by the PGC on that, and that we sought the advice of Natasha Sahi, who prepared a very detailed memorandum, and I will be sending that out to the board as a reminder as well as to our constituency groups. That concludes our Chancellor's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Jackson. Let's go ahead and move to our first presentation, 4.1, the marketing.